So I just drafted a contract in 5 minutes using Grok that would have cost me $2,000 with a lawyer, and I think it was actually better than the one the lawyer would have drawn up. So the days of paying $750 an hour for legal services are numbered, and we're witnessing the beginning of a massive shift. So let me show you exactly how AI is reshaping these industries right now, not in some distant future. By the end of this video, you'll understand which businesses face extinction and which will evolve, and why software development sits in a very unique spot in this realm. So let's dive in. Welcome to Startup Hack. I'm Spencer Thompson. Here at Startup Hack, we love to train software developers in our licensed coding boot camps, as well as to build custom software solutions for companies. With over a decade as an executive leader as a fractional CTO and 25 years in software development, I've mastered transforming tech teams and products. All right, so let's be real here. When artificial intelligence, or AI, can draft contract docs, research case law, and prepare legal documents at a lightning speed, those billable hours are evaporating fast. Thomson Reuters says, according to Thomson Reuters, 67% of law firms are already implementing AI tools for document review and due diligence, tasks that used to keep junior associates billing for weeks. So law firms that embrace AI technologies are reporting efficiency gains of up to 80% for certain tasks. And this means lower billable hours, right? And this is going to completely transform their business model. Now, the legal industry is particularly vulnerable because much of it revolves around pattern recognition, document analysis, and applying established precedents. All things that AI can do very quickly, and in fact, some cases much faster than humans. Now, there is some forward-thinking lawyers who are already pivoting to become legal tech specialists, focusing on the human elements that AI can't replicate, which is strategic counseling, ethical judgment, and creative problem solving. But so much of the legal industry is around contract and document review that I think it's going to really see a big impact. So the question isn't whether AI will impact legal services, but how quickly firms can adapt or die. Now, if your company is struggling with some disconnected systems and they're having a hard time trying to adapt, hit us up here at startuphack.com, startuphack.com/Spencer, because we'd love to help you out. I can help you with some consulting, implement some development in your systems, or we can help you deploy as much as a full software development team. So hit us up, startuphack.com/Spencer. Now, legal work isn't the only profession facing AI disruption. Accounting firms are seeing a similar upheaval, with routine tax preparations and bookkeeping becoming increasingly automated. Now, some other fields that I'm not a big fan of that I hear people talking about is like medical diagnostics, because to me, that's nowhere near ready to be. I've seen some real world examples that make me know that AI is not touching anything medical for a while. Now, content creation is definitely being impacted by AI, with AI writing tools producing everything from marketing copy to news articles at a fraction of the time and cost of human writers. So the pattern is clear. Any profession built around information processing, pattern recognition, and applying standardized knowledge is at risk. So now what makes software development really different here is because it requires creativity, complex problem solving, and understanding the human needs as much as it is just writing code, right? So if all software development was writing code, then yeah, of course, it would have replaced it a while ago. But I've been in the trenches for a long time, and I know that learning the most valuable software solution comes from deeply understanding business problems, not just writing clever algorithms. So AI coding assistants like GitHub Copilot are amazing product tools that can handle boilerplate code, but they'll enhance developers, but they won't replace them. Now, where this gets really interesting is for things like legal. This is going to be really, really different, because AI will democratize legal services, making them affordable to millions who currently can't access justice. So legal experts from the National Law Review point out, quote, AI may eliminate certain tasks, but it won't replace the need for human judgment and emotional intelligence in high-stake legal matters, end quote. Now, Forbes reports that 73% of consumers would still prefer a human lawyer for important legal matters, with trust being the key factor that AI hasn't yet earned. But what we're likely to see may not be the death of law firms, but it's going to be a dramatic restructuring and definitely lower cost. This parallels what happens with TurboTax revolutionized tax preparation. Accounting firms didn't disappear, but they evolved to focus on the complex tax planning, right? So legal firms that survive will be those that use AI to enhance their services while delivering uniquely human value to their clients. But if all you're doing is just document analysis and billing at $750 an hour to create some contracts, AI can do that for you way better. So I remember when cloud computing first emerged and everybody predicted the end of on-prem IT departments. But what actually happened was a transformation, not an extinction. So for my 25 years in building software, I've seen countless revolutionary technologies that ended up complementing human skills rather than replacing them entirely. So think of no code, low code that was going to replace all the developers, right? Yeah, still hasn't happened. We've seen a lot with like Salesforce where there's a lot of drag and drop and configuration stuff. Still hasn't replaced developers. In fact, there's a whole niche of developers who just build on Salesforce. Now, Fortune magazine notes that AI is already handling 30% of routine legal tasks in major firms, allowing lawyers to focus on client relationships and complex strategy. NewtNext research suggests that by next year, AI will handle 40% of contract review work, but still requires human oversight for quality assurance and judgment calls. Now, part of the difference here between some other professions like software development is that is pure wordsmithing, right? If I were to tell you, hey, write some code, don't run it in test, don't run it and just push it all the way to prod, you'd tell me I was crazy. And yet that's what people are saying who say that AI is going to replace the software developers are suggesting. Now, at the same time, contract review is generally pretty boilerplate, right? I know even a lot of law firms use a lot of templated based stuff, and that's how they have worked in the past to keep costs down. But now with it replacing almost all paralegal work with AI, that's what we're going to see, and hopefully should see some lowering of the cost around the legal firms, right? So we're going to see a lot of this shift over the time to come, because as we see a lot of this cost go down, I know I've spent a lot of money on legal stuff over the years, and I haven't talked to a lawyer in a few years now because most of the stuff I can do, and I would say about 90% of the needs that I'd have for a lawyer are now met entirely on AI. And then, it'll be AI plus I will take the contract and I'll review it myself. And I've been around the block just a little bit with my businesses. So if you're needing help with your company, make sure you reach out to Startup Pack, because here at Startup Pack, we love to train software developers in our licensed coding boot camps, as well as to build custom software solutions for companies. This gives us great experience to help your business. I've helped a lot of businesses through the years to help them automate their processes, particularly if you have systems that aren't connected and talking to each other. Now, what are your thoughts? Do you agree? Do you disagree? I love to have a great conversation. The best compliment I can get is when you guys leave a comment down below, and make sure you like and subscribe. We're building out great videos. A lot of the stuff I'm building right now is giving you sample code and teaching you how to build an AI machine yourself, so that under $500 you can get started running AI stuff that will run in your organization to help you with some of this type of legal work, or just like I'm giving examples of the legal work here. So make sure you check out Startup Pack and like and subscribe to our channel, because we bring in a lot of great content. And so also, if you need help with your systems, reach out to us at startuppack.com/Spencer, and here's some great information about our coding boot camps.
Want to become a software developer but don't want to spend 4 years in college and rack up massive student loan debts? Think you need technical expertise to get started? Welcome to Startup Pack, a better way to start your software career without student loans and years without income. One-on-one tutoring is included, so you never get stuck and have guidance through the whole process. No technical experience is necessary. Learn at your own pace and in your own space. Startup Pack has worked with local state agencies in your area to make it so that qualifying students can get the program costs covered entirely, and students can start earning while they learn.
Startup Pack's .NET Coding Bootcamp was a game changer for my career. As someone with no prior programming experience, I was initially intimidated by the idea of learning to code, but the instructors at Startup Pack broke down complex concepts into easy to understand lessons and provided hands-on projects that really cemented my understanding. The curriculum was comprehensive and up to date and got me ready for my first job. What really set Startup Pack apart was the focus on practical, real-world skills. Thanks to Startup Pack, I landed my dream job as a .NET developer within weeks of graduating. I went from knowing nothing about code to building professional-grade web applications in just a few intense months. If you're looking to break into .NET development or level up your coding skills, I cannot recommend Startup Pack enough.
Complete our 3-month coding bootcamp, gain hands-on experience, and land a paid internship. With 2 years of experience on average, our graduates are making over $80,000 per year. The 3-month program includes technologies from Microsoft, Google, and Facebook. No debt, just a quick path to earning. Check out startuppack.com to code your future and start today.